Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Maryellen. I'm a registered holistic nutritionist, and I'm very excited tonight to share with you the information on how to empower your health and also your immune system. For those of you who don't know me, I was actually introduced to Neolife over 27 years ago. And at the time, I was a concerned mom. I was working as a lawyer's assistant. And as you can see, there's a picture of my family. Well, back 27 years ago, my younger son was suffering from a lot of respiratory issues, allergies, and I was trying a lot of stuff to try and help him. And it was great that he was able to get the medications. They definitely helped with the breathing issues, but I was a little concerned as a mom for long-term use for side effects, especially with a lot of the inhalers. So I started doing my own research, and I tried a lot of products with zero results. In fact, some of them made them worse actually. So I was a little discouraged, but one day we were having dinner at a coworker of my husband's, and his wife was always tired and sick and run down, and she just looked so great when we went over there. And when I asked her what she was doing, that's how I first heard about Neolife. And she's told me that's the only thing she was doing different. And I was a little skeptical. I said, well, what makes this different than all the other stuff out there? Like the stuff I'm using isn't working. She said, all I know is made from whole food. It's been around since 1958, and I'm not sick and tired anymore. So I got some research on the products. I got my family started. And within 6 months, my son improved dramatically. And again, I just want to clarify here, these products do not treat, diagnose, or cure any disease, but it's amazing what the body can do when it has the right nutrients. And my older son started focusing better in school. I got rid of the migraines I suffered from my whole life. And, we just had very great results. And of course, we paired it with exercise, good diet, and healthy living as well. Now, as you can see, those are my 4 granddaughters. They're all Neolife babies, and not one of them has ever been on antibiotics, and they're all super, super healthy. So when we look at diet, you think about it, we are what we eat. And the reality is 75% of all chronic diseases are preventable. And this was a quote from the US Surgeon General. And when you look at what we need for optimal health, there's 3 basic keys. Of course, the foundation is diet, and we're going to talk a lot about diet tonight. Weight management, of course, because we have to keep our weight in check, because otherwise it's a lot of pressure on our joints and other issues. And physical activity. We have to move our bodies. Very, very important. So in 2019, I was so glad that they finally upgraded the Canadian Food Guide. And as you can see, this is how we should eat. Half of our plate should be all those dark colored fruits and vegetables. A quarter of the plate should be good quality protein, and a quarter should be whole grain foods. And of course, we want to make water our drink of choice. And the reason for that is water is so important. We need it to absorb nutrients, eliminate waste, for muscles, for our brain. And it's good quality filtered water is very important to drink every single day. So now I'd like to introduce Nada, because she's going to share with us a study about what we aren't eating that's killing us in a global study.
Maryellen, this is a part of the company. When I saw this 30 years ago, it's what drew me to taking a look at Neolife. And this study is a recent study that was done in over 190 countries. And they talk about what we aren't eating is actually killing us. And, when I looked at this company, I really thought I can get everything from my food. I was eating all the right foods, but there were still certain things that are missing. But even 30 years later, they're telling us that we're not getting enough whole grains, low fruit, low nuts and seeds, low omega-3, and low vegetables. And these are the areas that we're going to talk about tonight, and how to fill some of these nutritional gaps to help to slow aging and to live a longer, healthier life. So, but our whole grains today are no longer whole. So years ago, when you used to buy a loaf of bread, right, they grow the wheat, grind the wheat to make the flour and make the breads. And the breads would have a day to 2 shelf life. Okay. Now, how long do our breads last? Right? Weeks. Our cereals last years, and our pasta lasts forever. It's because they've removed all these critical nutrients from the grain. And when they remove the outer layer, which are the lipids and phytosterols, a lot of these essential nutrients are milled and gone from our grain. So the oil is removed, and they leave us with processed flour. And these are essential lipids and phytosterols that they have been removing from our grains. And we are now into the 3rd and 4th generation of children not having these essential lipids and phytosterols. I didn't realize how important these grain oils were until I had a better understanding as to why I had really bad PMS. I had chronic fatigue. I had adrenal gland exhaustion. I was working as a police officer in Toronto, and after working shifts, my fatigue as a teenager and then into my 20s, it got really, really bad. I was tired all the time. And a doctor made a very powerful statement back in 1994 that it's perhaps the most important health problem in America. And we're going to talk about how these grain oils play a role and why supplementation is important. And there's a lot of research out there telling us that we need to take supplements, right, to fill the nutritional gaps. We're not getting everything that we need in our diet. We're not eating enough of those right foods to help to fight cancer, heart disease, and to slow aging. And we're going to talk about some of these nutrients and why it's important to supplement. But the challenge is, who do you trust? I watched my mom for years take supplements, and they did not help her at all. She had fibromyalgia, arthritis. You know, she was really, really struggling. And Maryellen, maybe you can help us understand, you know, why Neolife and the difference and the challenges that people have when they're looking at products out there on the shelf.
Yeah, that was exactly the same challenge that I had too. And even when I took my holistic nutrition course, there is so many companies out there and everybody says theirs is the best, right? So, but the thing is, when you look at a lot of the products, like here was a study showing that from 2007 to 2016, there were 776 products that were marked as dietary supplements that contain hidden active ingredients that are unsafe or unstudied. And I know when I looked at Neolife, I really realized the more questions I asked, the more research I did, that it was definitely a name you could trust. The fact that it had been around since 1958 and never had a dietary recall, it has a pharmaceutical license, it's in over 50 countries around the world, and it is approved by every single health board where it meets or exceeds their standards, which is very, very unique. And there's a bit of a criteria that you want to look for supplements. What drew me to Neolife was the fact that it was the whole food supplementation, because food is our medicine, right? There's intrinsic factors in food that work together. And they were also the first to focus on cellular health, because we're only as healthy as our cells, healthy tissue, healthy organ, healthy body. But when you look at a supplement, what do you look for? Well, the first thing I want to know is, what is this product made from? Just because something's natural, it can be anything from the ground. It can be petroleum, pine bark, even a lot of the vitamin Ds out there right now are from lanolin, which is a sheep wool. But that's not what we're missing in our diets. You saw in that study that was published in Lancet, we're missing the whole grains, the fruits and vegetables, and the wild salmon. And this is what Neolife uses to make their products. Plus, every single ingredient is GMO free, which is very, very important. They have the purest extractions and concentrates. In fact, when all the food concentrates come in, every single raw material is tested for hundreds of contaminants and also to make sure the nutrients are there. Then the product's made, it's tested again, comes to Canada, goes into quarantine for their NPN numbers and tested again before it's released to us as a consumer. So what does this mean? You can be 100% sure that's what's on the label is in the bottle and nothing else. But also they go one step further to make sure what's in the bottle gets into the body. And the reason they have this high quality control is because of our scientific advisory board. It was founded by Dr. Arthur First, one of the top toxicologists in the world. In fact, when he was actually the co-founder of oral chemotherapy, and when he was doing his research in cancer, he found nutrients in food prevent disease. So that's why he joined up with Neolife in the 1970s. And he set up our prestigious scientific advisory board of world-renowned scientists and researchers, not just a good-looking doctor who endorses the product. And a lot of these researchers do a lot of work with the Center for Disease Control, USDA. They're very, very well known in scientific circles. And another criteria, I think, which is so important, that the product should be independently tested and published in peer-reviewed journals. And many of the Neolife products are published in the American College of Nutrition, New England Journal of Medicine. So there's good, solid, evidence-based science behind these products, which is so, so important. So Nada, would you like to share how we can fill the gaps in our diet with our Pro Vitality?
Yeah, so this is a very convenient pack that's available today. And when I started using the products 30 years ago, I had to buy these products individually. So I'm going to talk about them individually, but now they put them in this amazing convenient pack, and they are powerful products. But the first product I want to share with you is something that started the company back in 1958. It's called Tran grain concentrate. And these are those lipids and phytosterols from the grain, less gluten than a bowl of gluten-free cereal, developed for a hospital research study. It helps with cellular energy energy and efficiency. When I started taking TreaN, I couldn't believe the difference in my energy, and it made me understand that I had this healthy diet. I was exercising regularly. I didn't understand why I was struggling with all these health challenges. And once I saw this TreaN story, it made me understand is my cells just weren't working as efficiently. And after taking TreaN, my unhealthy cells, like you see here on the left, where the nutrients are trying to get in and waste is trying to get out, they weren't working as well. As soon as I added the grain oils to my diet, the cells started to work better. Nutrients were able to penetrate in through that cell wall, and toxins were able to leave the cell. So very powerful product just to help your cells work better. And Texas A&M University, they did their own studies using TreaN, and they proved that your cells will absorb 50% more of the nutrients from your diet. So that's why people just start to feel better: energy, mental clarity, sleeping better, hormonal balance. Such a powerful product. And then there's the carotenoid complex. I had really bad allergies to a point where I was using antihistamines year round. I really, really struggled with my immune system, and my colds would linger for weeks. I didn't understand, what carotenoids were, but once I saw this product and the studies behind carotenoid complex, this is a product that really helped me with my immune system. And Dr. Arthur first developed carotenoids, and it was proven to boost your immune system 37% in 20 days. Published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition and presented at the New York Academy of Sciences. One of these capsules in the box is equivalent to consuming 80 pounds of raw fruits and vegetables in every box. So later we're going to have Violet share a testimonial on how this is one of the products that's helping with her eyes, because this is an antioxidant. It protects you from oxidizing. So there's so many health challenges that link to oxidative damage. So inflammation and oxidation are the areas that we're going to focus on. But this is just made from your fruits and vegetables, dark colors, your red, the blues, the greens, the purples, and it protects you from free radicals attacking and destroying your cells. It's hard to eat 13 servings of fruits and vegetables every single day. And this product just helps to fill the gap in our diet and helps to slow aging. The other area is the omega-3, and I know, Maryellen, this is one of your favorites as well. This is what really helped me with my joint pain, and my mom with her fibromyalgia, just reducing inflammation overall.
Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite products, because this was the key for my migraines, because once the inflammation came down, I found my headaches got further. Sorry, I'm just going to mute everyone. There we go. My headaches got further and further apart until eventually I haven't had a migraine in like 27, well, probably 26 years now anyways. But omega-3s play so many roles in the body, and it's for heart health, inflammation, brain and central nervous function, behavior, health, and learning. It play a big role with the brain, immune health and healing, eye health, maintaining flexible joints, and cognitive health and aging. Because of course we want to be there when we get there, for sure. And stamps will do that. And when you look at inflammation, it's really the root cause of so many diseases, like lung diseases, like pulmonary, cancer, cardiovascular, Alzheimer's, neurological, arthritis, autoimmune, and diabetes. So the problem is most people, because of stress or toxins in our diet or food, they have a lot of inflammation. Their switch is kind of stuck on. So it's very important to put the omega-3s in there to reduce the inflammation. And of course, we have so many omega-6s in our diet through vegetable oils and things that the balance is off. So what the difference is, what I notice with the Neolife salmon oil, is there's a lot of products out there that have two parts, EPA and DHA, and they're very important and they work very well together. But when you put all 8 parts, they work even better. And because when you eat a piece of fish, you get all 8 omega-3s. Another difference is a lot of products are only tested for 5 contaminants. The Neolife salmon oil is tested for over 200 contaminants with an allowable detection of 0. It's from pure Atlantic cold-pressed fish, and it was proven in clinical trials to reduce inflammation by 68%, which is huge, right? So so that's the key difference. Like, I don't know of another omega-3 that actually has a published study to prove that it reduces inflammation at such a rate. Sorry. There. So again, because we're looking at our cells, if your cells are inflamed, they're like hot, they're irritated, and that's what causes the pain and all the irritation. Where once you reduce the omega-3s, it reduces the inflammation. And here's the study that was published in the American College of Nutrition. It also is very good for your heart. It was proven to reduce triglycerides on average by 17%, improve that omega-3 to omega-6 ratio, and of course, reduce the inflammation, 68%. And it was actually because a lot of omega-3s, they don't even recommend them for pregnant women. And you think when women are pregnant, they need those omega-3 oils, but it's very difficult for them to eat fish because it's high in mercury and toxins. So when the Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists saw the purity and the completeness of the Neolife omega-3, they actually featured it in their magazine, and they've endorsed it. So that's very, very important. And then the last tablet in the pack, tablet number 4, is our essential vitamin and mineral tablet. And often when you get a multivitamin, that's all you get is vitamins and minerals. So you think this is like a Cadillac of multis because you're filling all those gaps. It has 21 micronutrients, vitamins and minerals to bridge the dietary gap, and even some enzymes to make it digest better. So it totally completes all your needs. So if you look at that pack, after 1 month of having one of those packages of 4 tablets every single day, you get the nutrient equivalent of 12 pounds of whole grains, 80 pounds of raw fruits and veggies, and 10 servings of omega-3 fish in every single box. And so what are the results? Well, energy, anti-aging, flexible, healthy joints. Because I know I've been on salmon oil so long, and being in my 60s, so many people like in my area here all have had knee replacements and hip replacements, and I don't have any joint pain at all. And arthritis is very prevalent in my family too. Youthful skin, hair, and nails, heart health, immune strength, healthy brain function, clear vision, antioxidant protection, and just lifelong cellular health. So this is the foundation. You just want to kind of start here and get everything sort of working. And when you look at our kids, especially what they've gone through in the last year, there's a lot of hyperactivity at school, learning issues. So the salmon oil is a foundation for children too. And when you pair it with our Liquivite, which is a liquid for babies, what that makes it different than everything else out there, it's not those gummies that they get cavities from and everything. It actually has those lipids and phytosterols plus whole food antioxidants from fruits and vegetables. And then when they get a little older, they can do the VitaSquares and VitaGuard, which is like a little pro vitality for kids. And that's what my grandchildren, they started on the Liquivite and they graduated to the VitaSquares and VitaGuard, and they're very, very healthy kids. So it's for a healthy start to an energy-filled day. When you pair that Pro Vitality with our Neolife Shake, it's a great thing. Because how do most people start the day? Like they start with toast and bagels and even oatmeal. It's a good carbohydrate, but it doesn't have any protein. So Nada, would you like to share how the Neolife Shake is a perfect breakfast for the whole family?
Yeah, and I think for me, before I even started a family, dealing with shift work, I just found that breakfast was always on the go, and I was rushing out the door. And so when I introduced the Neolife Shake, what a difference it made in my energy and just made my morning so much easier to start. And then when I started my family, it was a lifesaver for my kids when they were babies and then in their teenage years, and they're still enjoying this as a breakfast in their 20s. And it definitely is a breakfast and a meal replacement for the whole family. But the main thing is it's a complete protein, all 22 amino acids, and it's not just for building and repairing healthy tissues. It does so much in the body. It helps with digestion, aids in digesting, antibodies. So it helps to fight infection and disease. It helps with balancing and regulating your hormones, also collagen in your skin, and helps to control and regulate blood sugar. And that's really, really important because most breakfasts that are consumed cause a blood sugar spike, and then you crash and you really feel tired, usually first thing in the morning. And what's nice about the Neolife Shake, it's completely natural, all 22 amino acids. It has a a protein digestibility score. It's PDCAS, which is very high. It's very easy to the body to digest, to break it down. A 1 is a perfect score, and the Neolife is a 1.73. So very, very high, very easy to digest. Includes the branched chain amino acids. It has some fiber. Again, regulating blood sugar, that glycemic control response. We've had amazing results with diabetics where doctors, say, wow, you're doing amazing. We can cut you back on your metformin. And I even had a lot of diabetics come off of medication through the guidance of their doctor, just because this naturally regulates blood sugar. And again, all your vitamins and minerals, whole food antioxidants, and it tastes fantastic. Comes in berry, vanilla, and chocolate. And Maryellen, these are your grandkids. I know my kids grew up on it when they were little in a sippy cup too. There's nothing artificial, no high fructose corn syrup, no preservatives, no gluten, no cholesterol, no saturated fats, 90% lactose free, and again, no GMO ingredients, so GMO free, which is really important. There's also a weight management piece as well. For those of you that would, like to lose maybe 10 pounds or more, 50 pounds, it is a meal replacement as well. Okay, so the way the weight management program works, it does replace a couple of meals. It can replace breakfast or breakfast and lunch. Okay, and then we have like a mini meal plan that you can have in between, just to make sure that your blood sugar is regulated. And the reason why I really enjoy the weight loss or the weight management program is you're eating every 3 hours. You're not just living on protein shakes. And there's even a 3-day detox that you can do before or even during, just to get your blood sugar kind of going and your body fat going even faster, because sometimes people plateau midway, but many people just like to give their body a kickstart. And it's a very easy detox. It's only 3 days, and you eat. You're not living on liquid. You're eating a lot of fruits and vegetables on a 3-day detox. So this is what the meal plan looks like. Okay, shake, mini meal, dinner. So you're not, like I said, you're not starving yourself all day. You're eating about every 3 to 4 hours. A very healthy meal plan. And again, getting your blood sugar in that glycemic control zone. Okay, for weight loss, prevents fat storage and promotes fat burning. And again, maintains that daily energy right throughout the day. So proven to help with weight loss, 10% body fat reduction, lowered your BMI, your body mass index, cardioprotective, again, helps to regulate the cholesterol, good cholesterol to bad cholesterol, just really good for your heart as well. Published in the American College of Nutrition, which is, again, another third-party study. And Maryellen, you had, Gabby had amazing results doing the weight loss along with her family.
Yeah, when I met Gabby, she was a single mom because unfortunately her husband had passed away from complications of diabetes when he was 40. So she was 30 at the time, and she decided to take control of her life. She got on healthy eating, following the mini meals, doing the weight loss pack, and look at, she lost 34 pounds. But what's really exciting is look at her today. She's kept it off because this is a lifestyle change, and she's healthy and she's a great mom for her kids. And then she introduced it to her mom, who lost over 20 pounds with the breakfast pack. That's the Pro Vitality in 2 shakes. And it actually, in working with her doctor, it helped her get off medication for diabetes, cholesterol, and reflux, and also with pain relief from arthritis. And she sleeps so much better. So it's really given her a much better quality of life. And this is Carlos. He's one of our biggest losers. He's lost 251 pounds. And he still kept it off today. That was probably about 7 years ago that he lost the weight. And again, he made a major lifestyle change and used the Shape Up pack. And what's really nice, I know his daughter was so concerned that he wouldn't even make it to her wedding. And when I met him in person, I asked him, I said, Carlos, people are afraid to lose so much weight because your skin gets so saggy. He said, I lost the fat, but I didn't lose the muscle. He didn't have to have any surgery after, which is just like unheard of. So as you can see, the foundation is absolutely the Pro Vitality in the shake, but Neolife has many support products. And I know, Natty, you've got some favorites in there.
Yeah, Maryellen, growing up, I played a lot of volleyball and basketball, and my joint pain was quite bad. And the salmon oil did really help. But then when I added the full motion, and same with my mom, because her fingers were kind of crippling over, it would take about an hour before she can straighten her fingers and straighten her toes. And when we added the full motion, which is a food grade glucosamine, within months, unbelievable. She's in her 70s now and she's pain-free 30 years later. So the full motion is definitely one of my favorite products that I've added. But I would love to have Violet share, because Violet, when I met Violet a few months ago, there's a couple of products that really have impacted her life. And we started Violet on the breakfast pack, and then we added a couple of other specific products that help with her eyes. And even her doctor is very impressed with her recovery. I'd love for Violet to share her journey.
Thank you, Nada. So this is how my testimony goes. In March of 2020, I went to the eye doctor complaining about my reading glasses, needing a new prescription or whatnot, because I was confused with my right eye. I couldn't really see through and read anything at all. So when I went to the doctor told me it's nothing to do with your glasses. It's to do with your eye. Your retina is detaching and you need an emergency surgery. So it was a shocker and surprise, everything else. Immediately next day, I had an emergency surgery, and they attached my retina by using the particular oil to attach the retina. So then I came home. I was recovering. The recovery was very slow. And then in March of 2020, I had to go back and remove the oil because the retina had attached. So the surgery went really well, and we were happy about that. But still, I couldn't see anything. I was very kind of weak because after the surgery, 2 surgeries, my recovery was very slow. And so this year came in January. I was introduced to the products, and I started with Pro Vitality. And within three days, I saw a big difference. I got the energy back, and I was all excited about it. And then I went on the shakes, of course, the detox. And then I went on, and then I lost 7 pounds with the detox. And then I never liked shake, but actually I really enjoy the Neolife shake. I had to say that. And then moving on, I would go to the doctor every month for a checkup. So they would put these letters on the screen and say, can you read anything? And I'm like, no, so it went on and on for months. And so right before I went to Tennessee 2 weeks ago, I went to the doctor, and the nurse came on and checked everything, put the letters on the board, and I was able to read. And she was like, wow, what did you do differently? So I was even excited for myself. So I was telling about Neolife and the products. Like, for example, I told her that I was taking vitamin A, carotenoid, a tray, and I think I'm missing one product. What
Extra
is it?
salmon oil.
Yeah, extra salmon oil. That was important. So, so when I told her, she's like, "What is the name of the company, Violet? Give me the information." So I had my business cards always I carry with me in my handbag. So I took and gave it to her. So she's like, "Oh, I'm going to check it out, but I'm also going to write it down in your report, so because it's important information." So then the doctor came, and the doctor read it, and then she's like, "Oh, you can read now? What are you doing differently?" So I told her about Neolife, and she's like, "Oh my God, we have so many people who need help, and I'm going to go to the website." And of course, I gave my business card again, Neolife business card. And then she's like, "Okay, let me go into the website and check it and see, what are the different items you have." And of course, the products were already written down in the report, and she was amazed. So that's my testimony using Neolife products for my eyes. And, it's getting better every day. It's a slow process because of my nerves being so weak, but these products are really helping me. So, I'm taking it slow, but I do see a change every day and it's working. So that's my testimony.
Awesome. And Violet, I'm going to share this with you next week, but one of our scientists, John Miller, talked about some studies that were done on fish oil and omega-3, helping with eye health. So yeah,
Wow.
really excited to help you in that area.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you.
And thank you for sharing. And Polly, I think Pauline has a amazing story as well, using the breakfast pack.
Thank you, Nada. Before Near Life, every time I brushed my hair, clumps of my hair fell out. I also noticed 2 bald spots on either side of my head. I started using Near Life products, and what a transformation. I now have a full head of hair, and when I brush it, no clumps of hair falls out. So my hair looks much better now. My hair is now fuller, shinier, and healthy looking. I feel beautiful. Thanks for asking me to share my story.
You're welcome. And Pauline, when we talked about the cells and cell function, immune system, all these nutrients just help to get your cells healthy. My hairdresser loves me. I've been on the Neo Life Shake for 30 years, and she says, wow, your hair just grows so fast. So yes, so definitely notice a difference in better quality hair for sure. So thank you so much for sharing, Pauline. So Maryellen talked about, some of these other products, but Maryellen, maybe you want to share a little bit about the importance about vitamin D.
Yeah, vitamin D right now, of course, is getting a lot of spotlight, but as I mentioned before, a lot of it is sourced from sheep wool, right? Where Neolife is used foods. It's actually a vegan source of vitamin D. It's naturally sourced, whole food based. And the nice thing is it has been tested to make sure it's bioavailable in the body. And I know I've been using it and I notice a huge difference, absolutely. And I feel good that I am using it because it's so important for immunity, even for mood. And those are 2 of the big areas that people are concerned about right now, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. So, we've talked about a lot of products today, but we're going to focus on just our basic products and for our wellness club. And when you join our wellness club for Neo Life, it's free to join to become a member if you're looking at just trying the products and using them. And as soon as you become a member, you automatically get a 15% discount. And to get wholesale, which is a 25 to 30% off, all you have to do is have one thing on auto ship. So the vitamin pack that we talked about called Pro Vitality, it's a month supply. When you add the protein shakes, it's called a breakfast pack, it's a month supply. So when you have that coming every single month, you get it wholesale price, which is 25% off. But there's no obligation and no fees. And when you stay on auto ship, you get all your shipping back. So they have a loyalty program where you can earn your shipping. Okay. There's also a referral program. When you refer 3 people to one of those health packs, yours is free every single month. So it's a great way to get your products for free. There's also fitness challenges and weight loss challenges that you can join. And we have a great community that works out together every morning at 8:30 in the morning. So if you're looking for a great workout, also something that you can join with us as well. So these are the health packs that I talked about. So the Vitality pack is just your vitamin pack that we focused on earlier. Then when you add the protein shakes, this is called a breakfast pack. So you're doing 1 vitamin pack a day and 1 protein shake a day. And then the weight loss pack is the one with four bags of protein because you're doing 2 protein shakes a day along with your vitamin pack. And there's a really great community on Facebook. And if you're curious to learn more about the science and hear more testimonials, we have a Facebook group. There's over 8,000 members now where they post and share stories on their product transformations, health transformations. And there's all kinds of guides. There's even scientists, and we have a pharmacist that speaks, and great information to learn more about the products if you'd like to learn more. And all of the testimonials on different health issues are all alphabetical, so very easy to navigate. So just to learn more about the products. And then there's one more option. You know, when I look back 30 years ago, I really thought I was going to be a police officer for the rest of my life, but I realized that it wasn't a journey for me. I was really struggling and I wanted to get involved with something where I was really truly making a difference and impacting people's lives. And if you are someone enjoys helping others, this is an incredible business. And I got involved very quickly because the products and the health transformations. And then I got excited because where can you start a business for less than $100? And for me, I was looking more for tax savings and tax write-off at the end of the year, not understanding the scope of building an incredible business. And to make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month is something that's very, very easy to do. But we work together as a team. Or if you're looking to build a professional income, like for myself, eventually I realized I wanted to stay home. I wanted time freedom. I wanted to move to the country. I just want that flexibility of being my own boss. And this business did allow myself to be able to leave my job and to stay home and start a family. So it's been an amazing journey over the last 30 years. And I must say, I feel younger in my 50s than I did when I was in my 20s and 30s. So a huge difference in my life. And if you want to know more about the business, or you're curious about some of the stories, there's another Facebook group where people share their personal experience and their business and the business growth that they've had. And I know that Joan Poon, who's on this evening, her story is featured in this Facebook group, but we have her live tonight. So I would love Joan to share her business journey.
Thank you, Nada, for asking me to share my story. When I was introduced to Neolife 26 years ago, I was working as a registered nurse in downtown Toronto, and I was not looking for a business. As a matter of fact, I was looking for something to help me boost my immune system and my energy level, because I had just finished my treatments for breast cancer, and I was just feeling very tired. And so that's when I met Maryellen, who shared Neolife with me. I met her at a jewelry party, and she shared her son's testimonial with me. And I figured if the products could work that well for her son, maybe it'll help me. So I started on the products, and within a few weeks, I felt a huge difference in my energy level. What I liked about the products was the science behind it. As a nurse, our practice had to be evidence-based as well, too. So that was a really great fit for me. And in addition to the energy, I had severe allergies in the fall and the spring. And what I found over the years that disappeared too, because my immune system got stronger, and also doing some detoxing as well helped me to my system to work better. And so by just sharing my story, of how I was feeling, and I looked different, I looked better, and it just evolved into a business. And I had been involved in network marketing, so I love the fact of residual income and the fact of just helping people. When you help people, you become successful, and that's the part I like about it. And so I like to say I transitioned from the sickness industry to the wellness industry, and it has given me a purpose to continue helping people in a different way, in terms of prevention, and also helping them financially as well because of the business that we have. And some of the rewards, like the tax savings, free travel, and most of all, the personal growth that you develop just being in the business. And another thing is being part of a great community of very positive people. I look forward to these sessions every Tuesday and Thursday, just meeting our friends, right? And so another thing too I'm grateful for is that I can leave my business to my kids and my grandkids. And that's such a great legacy to leave behind. And the last thing is I'm so grateful, first of all, for my health. And I'm proud to say that I'm a 39-year breast cancer thriver. And I feel better today in my 60s than I did in my 30s. And I'm helping a lot of people as well. So thank you for allowing me to share my story, Nada.
Thank you so much, Joan. I really enjoy hearing your journey over the years. And just like myself, but the business wasn't our first reason why we joined, but then we saw an incredible way of really impacting. And I know you're impacting so many people's lives, the testimonials and the stories we get on a daily basis. So thank you so much for sharing. For those of you that are just looking at using the products and wanting to feel better, have more energy and helping your family, your kids, or maybe your grandkids, you can take a look at just becoming a member and just trying the products at a discount. Or if you're curious about the business, part-time or maybe even developing to a full-time professional income, just ask the person that invited you, how to do this. And we work together as a team. You don't do this by yourself. We have an incredible support system to help you build your business. And if you're just curious and you're not really ready right now to make a decision, that's okay too. If you want more information, if you have questions, we're always here to help answer any questions that you may have. And I know when we stop the recording this evening, we will open it up to any questions to help you to clarify any questions and anything that you have. So I want to thank you again for joining us. Thank you, Maryellen, for all your knowledge, and thank you for all the testimonials that were shared on the products tonight from Violet and Pauline. So thank you so much.